What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm going to go down the different position groups for the Dolphins and kind of go over contract situations and what positions we're going to need to address this offseason in free agency and the draft. Unfortunately, our cap space is pretty much non-existent, so we're going to have to be very careful there, especially if we do make a couple of moves that we're projected to make. Like Tua, we're probably going to be cutting him. So that's gonna give us a lot of dead cap, unfortunately. But I feel like it's something we kind of have to do at this point. Like I'm kind of ready to just move on from him. Zach Wilson, we are gonna have a bit of dead cap on him too, unless someone picks up that contract. But I mean, really, we are just gonna have some dead cap on him. But I'm not really trying to re-sign him, to be honest with you. Quinn Ewers and Cam Miller will be on the contract next year. Quinn Ewers, who we obviously drafted in the 7th last year, and then Cam Miller, who we picked up off the Raiders practice squad, who I actually kind of like. He was a D2 quarterback, but he was actually pretty good. So I'm kind of excited about those two being in our quarterback room. I would like to probably pick up like a cheap veteran, like a Joe Flacco or something like that, to kind of pair with them. But beyond that, I'm not really trying to draft a quarterback this year. So far, me looking at the draft, there's really only one quarterback that's worth the damn. And that's Mendoza. And we're not a quarterback away from succeeding anyway. So, yeah. Moving on to running back. This is a position group I don't think we need to address too much. I wouldn't mind drafting one in the later rounds maybe, but Achane is going into into a contract year. So that's something we're going to have to really be careful of. Jalen Wright has 2 more years. Ollie Gordon still has 3. We do have Donovan Edwards as well for 2 years. So running back isn't really a massive concern. It's mostly figuring out what we're going to do with Devon Achane. I would like to try to re-sign him, but we, again, have like no cap space. So we'll see. So Tyreek Hill, it's seeming like we're probably going to be releasing this year. That seems to be the rumor. I'm kind of okay with that too. Just we've had a lot of issues with Tyreek Hill. Like he's made so many comments about not wanting to be here in different years. So I'm kind of ready to just move on. It's been real, but I think it is pretty much time to let him go. That's also gonna really give us a lot of dead cap, but it is what it is. Receiver, we probably need to address in the draft. We don't really have the cap space to be worried about it in free agency. You know, Waddle, Westbrook, Malik Washington, Taj Washington. That's an okay top 4 going into the draft. We're definitely going to need to draft a receiver, though. I mean, Terrence Marshall. Theo Weiss kind of showed up at the end of the year. We do still have another year with him, and then we can press a button and get him back cheap in 2027. So we'll see there. But, yeah, wide receiver, I would like to draft one in the draft. Tight end is absolutely a position we need to address. We pretty much don't have one. I mean, Cole Turner, this is rough. Yeah, this is obviously a position we're gonna have to address. We'll see. Whether that means just re-signing Darren Waller, which I wouldn't be opposed to if we can get him back cheap. But we are gonna have to do something. Offensive line, I mean, Aaron Brewer is going to be in a contract year, as is Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson, we're just going to have to roll with at right tackle, but I wouldn't re-sign him. Aaron Brewer, I would probably try to get at least a 2 or 3 year deal done with him. Patrick Paul, we still have for 2 more years. Jonah, we still got 3. James Daniels, 2. So the guards are good. Like I said, I want to try to re-sign Aaron Brewer. Patrick Paul, again, we still have for 2 more years. I don't know if I want to re-sign him after 2027. We'll see. But right now, it would be a no. I'm not as big a fan as a lot of people seem to be. But we are stuck with him at left tackle for now. But I probably would try to draft a right tackle, maybe. And hopefully start them next year after Austin Jackson's gone. But we'll see. Yeah, and we are going to need depth on the line as well. All right. Moving on to edge rushers. Let me make sure. Okay. I was making sure they actually had edge rushers separated from linebacker real quick. This is a position we're probably going to have to address as well. Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson, they're solid, but after that, we are going to need some help. So, yeah, that is a position I would like to address in the draft. So far, edge seems to be a pretty deep position in this draft, so hopefully we can address that there. Honestly, if we can find a trade partner for Bradley Chubb to get that contract off our hands, I would not mind it. Because I think we're going to probably be pretty bad for a couple years anyway. And I'm kind of open to that. Just kind of suck for a little bit and hopefully rebuild. Defensive tackle is one position I don't think we really need to do too much with, honestly. I think the three young guys, Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, Zeke Biggers, I think they really came into their own at the end of the year last year. We still got 3 years with them. Zach Sealer we've got for a while, so I'm not trying to do too much there. I maybe pick up a cheap veteran to kind of be a fifth, but besides that, I'm not really too worried. Linebacker, I would like to probably draft one. Maybe pick one up probably pick one up in free agency too, actually. Jordan Bricks and Terrell Dotson, that's a great 1-2 punch, but they're both going into contract years, so we're going to have to address that. But outside of that, we really do need some depth and probably just another starting caliber linebacker. So we're probably going to want to draft one and probably sign one. Corner, total mess. We need to basically redo this whole cornerback room. We're going to need like 3. So, however, we're going to pull that off. Probably not all in 1 year. Safety, kind of the same thing. Minkah Fitzpatrick is going into a contract year. I'm probably not re-signing him after this year. Personally, I'd probably just let him move on. Dante Trader, we do still have for 3 more years, but outside of that, our safety room. We signed, Ifitu Melifonwu and Ashton Davis as like 1-year Band-Aids, and those contracts are up. So that is what that is. Kicker, yeah, Jason Sanders is the only special teams guy we still have on contract. So we're definitely going to have to figure out punter. We have to figure out long snapper. I don't want to bring back Jake Bailey personally. And honestly, we're going to have to figure out kicker too because he hasn't played. So we'll see. So now I'm going to look at some of the players we're losing in free agency. Kader Kohu, Rasul Douglas. I wouldn't mind trying to get if we can get Rasul Douglas back for cheap, I would not hate that. Kader can probably go unless we can get him again for really, really cheap. Jack Jones, maybe same thing, honestly. If we can get him back cheap, I wouldn't hate it. Ethan Bonner can go. Benito Jones. Honestly, if we I mentioned maybe signing a veteran. Maybe if we can bring back Benito Jones for a cheap contract, I wouldn't hate that. Matthew Butler can go. Liam can absolutely go. I'm not really trying to re-sign any of these guards. Riley Patterson. He did all right for us, but I wouldn't mind upgrading kicker. But also, I don't know what we're doing with Jason Sanders, so we'll see. KJ Britt can go. I'm not really. Willie Gay, maybe, but Quentin Bell maybe because he gives us edge rusher and linebacker snaps. That's kind of nice, but really not too worried about any of them. Like I said, we are going to have to address long snapper. Whether that means we re-sign Joe or not, I don't know. We'll see. Alexander Madison can go. Kendall Lamb, he could probably go unless we can get him back cheap. Melifonwu and Ashton Davis, if we can get him cheaper than that, then maybe. Again, Darren Waller, if we can get him back cheap, I wouldn't hate it. Julian Hill can go. Dulcich, I would like to bring back. Again, if we can get Dulcich back for a year for that kind of contract for about like $1 million, I would love that. Beyond that, all these dudes can go. Eskridge also maybe as like a return man. We'll see. But yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. If you liked it, I would appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.